You want to be powerful, truly powerful, then there's one habit you simply must develop, and that is the habit of deciding who you want to be and acting like it now. Not tomorrow, not when things are perfect, not when the timing feels right. Now. This is not just about setting goals. This is about stepping into identity. Most people live their entire lives waiting for permission, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting to feel ready. But the truth is, you become powerful the moment you stop waiting and start being. I want you to really grasp this. You are not here to find yourself. You are here to create yourself. The world will constantly try to tell you who you are based on your past, your failures, your upbringing, your circumstances. But power doesn't live in your past. It lives in your decision about your future. Every morning you wake up, you are standing at a crossroads. You can continue living as the version of yourself that feels familiar, small, stuck. Or you can choose to step into the identity of the person you truly want to become. That version of you that is clear, strong, bold, intentional, confident. Now you might say, but I'm not there yet. I don't feel like that version of myself yet. Let me tell you something Bob Proctor taught the world. Feeling follows behavior. You don't wait to feel confident before you act. You act like a confident person, and the feeling will catch up. Your mind is always listening to you. So when you get up in the morning and you speak, walk, think, and behave like someone who owns their power, you're reprogramming your subconscious to align with that identity. You're impressing the image of who you want to be onto your mind. And that's not just a theory. That's how paradigms shift. You can literally build a new identity by forming the habit of acting in alignment with it, even when you don't feel like it. Even when your external world hasn't caught up yet, because your current reality is only a reflection of your past thinking. If you want something different, you've got to be someone different starting now. You want to be more respected. Start respecting yourself. You want to be successful. Start moving like someone who is already successful. You want to attract love, opportunity, abundance. You've got to shift your identity to someone who believes they are worthy of receiving it, and act from that place consistently. This is not fake. This is faith. This is embodiment, and it's one of the most powerful habits you'll ever practice. Because once you decide, truly decide, who you are and start acting like it, the world begins to respond. People notice, energy shifts, and things begin to move in your favor. So stop looking around for signs, for permission, for validation. Look within, choose your future identity. Decide who you are and then show up like it's already done. Because in the mind, it is already done. You're not becoming someone else. You're finally returning to the version of yourself that was powerful all along. And when you live from that place, power is no longer something you chase. It becomes who you are. When we talk about real, lasting power, not just surface-level confidence, but deep inner strength, we have to talk about mastering your internal state. Because the truth is, powerful people are not ruled by what's happening outside of them. They are led by what's happening inside of them. Think about it. Most people live their lives on autopilot, reacting to circumstances. The moment something goes wrong, their whole energy shifts, stress takes over, doubt creeps in, fear paralyzes them. They get tossed around by life like a leaf in the wind. But the people who are powerful beyond belief, they've developed the habit of controlling their inner state, regardless of the chaos around them, and that's a habit. It's not luck. It's not personality. It's not just mindset. It's trained response. You don't need the world to calm down. You need to become the calm in the world. Bob Proctor would often say, you don't react to life. You respond from your vision. That means instead of getting pulled into drama, distraction, or fear, you pause, and you remember who you are. You remember where you're going. You decide how you're going to feel. You claim authority over your energy. That is power. Let me give you a truth most people never hear. No one can make you feel anything without your permission. Not the rude comment, not the rejection, not the delay, not the disappointment. All of that is external. You are internal. You get to decide if it touches your spirit or not. So how do you do that? You train it. You build the habit of emotional regulation. You stop letting circumstances dictate your frequency. When you wake up, you don't just fall into your day. You set your energy through gratitude, through stillness, through visualization, through strong self-talk. You tell your body how to feel. You tell your mind what to focus on. And when life throws something at you, because it will, you already have a powerful baseline to return to. And when things go wrong, because they will, you don't spiral, you observe, you breathe, you remember your vision. And you ask yourself, who do I want to be in this moment? That one question will separate you from 99% of people who are still reacting to everything. See, power isn't about control over people. It's about control over yourself. When you can stay calm when others panic, focused when others scatter, grounded when others fall apart, you become the anchor. And people will feel that. They'll be drawn to it. That's real leadership. That's real power. Your internal state is the thermostat for your entire life. And just like you wouldn't leave your home's temperature up to the weather outside, you should never leave your emotional state up to what happens during the day. Train it. Build the habit of responding from vision, not reacting from fear. That's how powerful people think. That's how they move. And that's how you begin to shift from being influenced by the world to influencing it. That's the habit that creates peace, focus, and magnetic energy, no matter what's happening around you. You want to know one of the most underestimated habits that will make you powerful beyond belief. It's the habit of speaking with intention and absolute conviction. Not speaking more, not speaking louder, but speaking with purpose, clarity, and belief behind every word you say. See, most people speak carelessly. They speak out of habit or emotion or fear. They speak to fill silence. They speak to be liked, but powerful people, they speak to create. Every word is a command. Every sentence is aligned. Every declaration shapes the world around them because it's coming from certainty. Bob Proctor often said, "Your words are the bridge between the invisible and the visible," and he meant it. Your words are not just communication. They are vibration. They are frequency. They are instruction to your subconscious mind, to other people, and to the universe. And when you speak without awareness, you're handing away your power. So let me ask you, how are you speaking to yourself? How are you speaking to others? Are you declaring who you are, where you're going, what you expect? Or are you doubting, complaining, hesitating, softening your truth just to stay comfortable? Powerful people understand that their voice is one of their greatest tools. They speak their vision even before it's visible. They speak life into themselves and others. They don't say maybe when they mean yes. They don't shrink their language to avoid standing out. Let's get really practical. Speaking with intention starts internally. The conversations you have with yourself, they are forming your identity. If every day you're telling yourself, "I'm not ready," or "I don't think I can," you're planting seeds of doubt. You're training your system to move with hesitation. But when you begin to speak with authority, with decision, something changes. You feel it. Others feel it. So build the habit of affirming powerfully. Not just passive affirmations, but ones filled with fire. I am ready now. I move with clarity and boldness. I am a force. I am aligned. I am undeniable. Say them like you believe them, and then act like it's true. And when it comes to others, don't speak just to impress. Speak to impact. Say what you mean. Own your truth. Ask clearly. Share boldly. Whether you're in a conversation, on a stage, or just walking into a room, let your energy speak first, and let your words support it. You want to lead? Start by leading with your words. Speak as if what you're saying matters, because it does. Speak as if people are listening, because they are. Speak as if your words are building the next version of your life, because they are. This isn't about arrogance. It's about alignment. You're not pretending to be powerful. You're remembering that you already are. And your words, when spoken with intention and conviction, are the fastest way to bring that power to the surface. So from this moment on, refuse to speak powerlessly. No more shrinking. No more doubt in your tone. No more watering down your truth to stay small. Speak as the highest version of you. Speak it, live it, and soon enough you'll become it. If you really want to become powerful beyond belief, there's a habit you absolutely must build, and that's the habit of protecting and directing your energy every single day. Energy is your life currency. It's more valuable than time, because if you've got time but no energy, you're still not moving forward. You're still stuck, still flat, still dragging. But when your energy is high, when it's clean, when it's focused, you become magnetic. You become unstoppable. Now most people don't even think about their energy. They let it leak out of them through distractions, through negativity, through people who drain them, through thoughts that don't serve them. And then they wonder why they feel stuck. They wonder why nothing changes. Let me tell you this. Every powerful person you admire has learned to protect their energy like a treasure, because it is. Bob Proctor often said, "You must become the guardian of your own mind." And that goes hand in hand with becoming the guardian of your energy. What you allow in through people, media, environment, even self-talk is shaping your emotional frequency. And that frequency determines what you attract, how you show up, and how far you go. So how do powerful people manage their energy? It's not just mindset. It's not just hustle. It's intentional daily habits that sharpen their focus and conserve their fire. They start the day on purpose. Before the world gets in, they get still. They connect with their vision. They set intentions. They choose their emotional state. They don't leave it to chance. This is why morning routines matter. This is why saying no matters. This is why boundaries aren't just a buzzword, they're a necessity. Because every yes you say to something that drains you is a no to your purpose. And you cannot afford that if you want to live powerfully. Protecting your energy also means managing your environment. Look around. What's in your space? What kind of energy are the people around you carrying? Are they expanding you or shrinking you? Are you constantly plugged into drama, noise, opinions, scrolling, comparing? Or are you curating what surrounds you so that it supports who you're becoming? This doesn't mean you isolate yourself from the world. It means you lead yourself through the world. You become the thermostat, not the thermometer. You decide what frequency you operate on, and you stick to it. And it's not just about guarding your energy, it's also about directing it. Powerful people know exactly where their energy is going each day. They have clarity. They know what matters most. They're not scattering their energy on 20 things that don't move the needle. They're focused, they're intentional, they're locked in. So ask yourself, what drains your energy? What restores it? What magnifies it? Start paying attention to how you feel after certain activities, conversations, even thoughts. because your energy is always giving you feedback. And if you ignore it, you're rejecting one of your most powerful inner tools. From this moment on, I want you to treat your energy like royalty. Not everyone gets access to it. Not every thought gets your focus. Not every invitation deserves a yes. You are responsible for protecting your inner fire. Because when you do, when your energy is clean, strong, and on purpose, people feel it. They're drawn to it, and you begin to create results not just from effort, but from alignment. That's the difference between people who force things and people who attract things. And the difference is energy. So guard it, fuel it, master it. That's how you become powerful beyond belief. If you truly want to become powerful beyond belief, then you have to develop the habit of living in radical alignment with your values. Not partial alignment, not when it's convenient, not when people are watching. I mean full, honest, unwavering alignment, where your actions, words, choices, and decisions match who you say you are, and what you truly stand for. Because here's the truth, most people live in fragments. They want one thing, but they do another. They say they value growth, but they spend hours on distraction. They say they value honesty, but they keep hiding what they really think. They say they value peace, but they keep saying yes to things that create chaos. And that disconnect, that internal misalignment, it weakens them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Power doesn't live in performance. It lives in integrity. When your inner world and outer world match, when you're no longer divided, you become whole. And a whole person is a powerful person. They walk with clarity, they move with authority, because they are no longer negotiating with themselves every step of the way. Bob Proctor used to say, "You don't get what you want, you get what you are." And what you are is based on how you live, not just what you say. Your values must become your compass. And every day you ask yourself, is this thought, this choice, this relationship, this opportunity, is it in alignment with who I'm committed to becoming? When you live in alignment, your energy becomes clean. You stop overthinking. You stop doubting, because there's no internal debate. You just know, this is who I am, and this is what I do. That clarity gives you confidence, because you're no longer pretending. You're not performing for approval. You're not bending to fit in. You are standing in your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Even when no one claps, and that's what makes you powerful. It's easy to talk about values, but living them daily takes courage. It takes discipline. It means sometimes walking away from opportunities that aren't aligned. It means saying no to things that look good on the surface but violate your deeper standards. It means choosing long-term truth over short-term comfort. And yes, sometimes it means standing alone. But when you live in alignment with your values, even in the silence, there is strength. There's peace. There's freedom, because you're no longer negotiating your self-worth. You're no longer outsourcing your power to other people's approval. Your values aren't just words, they are instructions. They guide how you use your time, how you treat people, how you treat yourself. So define them, write them down, make them real, and then make them non-negotiable. If you say you value discipline, then show up even when it's hard. If you say you value love, then be love, even when others aren't. If you say you value honesty, then speak your truth, even when your voice shakes. That's alignment, and alignment builds self-respect, and self-respect is the foundation of real power. When you live this way, you don't just feel better, you become better, more focused, more consistent, more trustworthy, and that energy multiplies. People will feel it. Opportunities will shift. Your direction will clear. Because the moment you stop compromising your values, you stop compromising your future. and that's when everything starts to change. There is one habit that, when developed fully, becomes an unstoppable force in your life, and that's the habit of delayed gratification. The ability to resist the short-term reward for the sake of long-term transformation. It's not flashy. It's not always fun, but let me tell you, this habit separates the average from the exceptional. It separates the wishful from the powerful. See, in today's world, everything is designed for instant gratification. One tap for attention, one click for pleasure, one scroll for distraction. We've been trained to expect results now, feel good now, see success now. But power doesn't work like that. True power is built in the invisible, consistent, disciplined actions that no one sees, and it takes time. It takes restraint, it takes vision. Bob Proctor often taught that if you can hold the picture of your goal on the screen of your mind and keep moving toward it, regardless of what's showing up in your external world, you will achieve it. But most people give up too soon. Why? Because they can't delay their need for comfort. They'd rather settle for something now than sacrifice for something extraordinary later. But here's the truth. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you choose the long game over the shortcut, you're casting a vote for your future self. You are becoming someone who can be trusted with success. You are becoming someone who has earned their results, not someone who stumbled into them. And here's the secret most people never understand. Delayed gratification is not about suffering. It's about prioritizing what matters most over what feels good right now. There's power in that. There's dignity in that. You feel it when you say no to the temporary in order to say yes to the eternal. So how do you build this habit? You start small. You train your mind to wait. You teach yourself to pause. Whether it's waking up early when your body wants to sleep in, saying no to spending money on things you don't need, putting in the reps at the gym when it's inconvenient, studying when you'd rather scroll, all of those tiny moments, they stack. They build grit. They build trust in yourself, because the more you delay pleasure, the stronger you get. And the stronger you get, the more momentum you build. And momentum, over time, is unstoppable. The person who chases instant gratification is constantly starting over. They have bursts of motivation, then crash. But the person who delays gratification, who can stay consistent without seeing results right away, they rise. Quietly, steadily, powerfully, until one day they arrive at a life that others look at and say, how did they do it? The answer is simple. They paid the price early. And now they're living the reward. They trained their focus. They learned to wait. They played the long game. You have to decide what matters more, feeling good now, or becoming great later. That decision will define your future, because the people who are powerful beyond belief didn't get there by luck. They got there by sacrificing comfort in the moment for purpose in the future. They didn't settle. They didn't quit, and neither should you. There's one final habit, one that ties all the others together, and without it, your growth will always feel incomplete. It's the habit of being deeply present, fully here, fully now. Not scattered, not rushed, not buried in yesterday or obsessed with tomorrow, but rooted in this moment, awake and aware of what's happening right now, within you and around you. You see, the truly powerful, those who seem magnetic, clear, centered, they have trained themselves to be present. Because presence is power. When you are present, your energy is focused, your awareness is sharp, your communication is intentional, your decisions are clear, and most importantly, your connection to yourself and to others becomes real and alive. We live in a world addicted to distraction, constant noise, notifications, endless input. The mind is always being pulled past future, what if what then. But when you're always somewhere else mentally, you miss the only moment that holds any creative power, and that is now. Bob Proctor often said, "You are always living in one of two places, memory or imagination, but transformation happens in awareness. And awareness, presence, is the gateway to all change. You can't shift what you're not conscious of. You can't improve what you're avoiding. You can't direct your life if you're not even here." So being present is not a passive thing. It's not just sitting still. It's an active discipline. It's checking in with yourself throughout the day. It's asking, where is my mind right now? Am I here? Am I listening? Am I responding or just reacting? It's noticing your thoughts instead of being ruled by them. It's observing your emotions instead of being controlled by them. It's realizing that you are not your past, and the future is not a place you live. It's a result of the choices you make in this very moment. The most powerful decisions you'll ever make won't happen when you're overwhelmed. They'll happen in the quiet space of presence, when you're fully connected to your values, your vision, your instincts. That's where real leadership happens, not just in leading others, but in leading yourself. Think about it. When you're present, you catch yourself in the middle of self, sabotage and shift. You notice when your energy's being drained and protect it. You choose alignment instead of autopilot. You delay gratification because you see the bigger picture. All the habits we've talked about, they are only as effective as your ability to be present enough to apply them. And presence brings peace. It frees you from regret and anxiety. It lets you see the truth of where you are, and from that truth, you can rise. You can choose powerfully, you can create deliberately, you can live on purpose. So start now, slow down. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Listen fully when someone speaks. Eat your meals without scrolling. Watch your thoughts without judgment. Make your moves without rushing. That's how power builds, not from noise, but from clarity. Not from force, but from presence. You don't need to chase power out there. You need to return to the power that's already within you. And that begins the moment you become fully present.